Hi there, my name is Mel, and I'm a graduate student in the geoscience department that works with the UW Geology Museum. I'm here today to talk to you about a fossil that's near and dear to us here in Wisconsin, the trilobite. These little arthropods, so they had a crunchy exoskeleton like modern bugs, insects, and crabs. These little arthropods scurried around on the ocean floors 500 million years ago and existed for 250 million years. Here, I'm swimming in what the ocean would have been like 500 million years ago in the Cambrian period. So you can see all sorts of alien critters. Here we are in the base of the Paleozoic Era. To give some perspective, the Mesozoic is the age of dinosaurs. These little trilobites were swimming around for the entirety of the Paleozoic. They lived for a very long time before finally going extinct. And in this image, you can see two different types of trilobites, and notice how different they look. There's the one over here that's a little simpler, and then one over here that has these big spikes coming out of its head. And oftentimes you can find trilobites that have some sort of spikes associated with them. Now, these trilobites, they had a lot of diversity. There's a big variety of them because they, as a group, lived for so long, 250 million years. So if you compare that to today, 15,000 species of modern birds and animals combined exist today. And you can think about the amount of variety in those animals. There are over 17,000 species of trilobites that have been cataloged. That existed over 250 million years, a very long time ago. And this is just a glimpse at what this variety looks like. There were spikes that came out of their heads. Imagine these guys kind of like pill bugs, right? They have all these little segments with the little legs and then that head piece you can see here. And they had some spines that came out of their head often called Genoa Spines or cheek spines. Some coming off of their posterior end along the lobes of their body. Some even had eye stalks like a snail. Some had no eyes at all. They also ranged widely in size. They could be the size of dinner plates. So this is kind of not the largest, but a big example of a trilobite species. They also could be teeny tiny, almost the size of an eraser head. And this is our stay fossil, Calamine calebra, which is a pretty standard looking trilobite without any spikes at all. And he lived here in Wisconsin during the Silurian period, so over 400 million years ago. This guy was scurrying around the tropical beaches of Wisconsin. I just wanted to show you a couple of the spiky guys that are in our collection, and then just my favorite that exists. So here we have a great example of these Genoa spines that coming out of the trilobite's head. And then here's a specimen where not only does he have those big cheek spines that are nice and like kind of thick in this case, they have these bumps, these kind of mini spikes all over its head and all over the three lobes that make up its body. And then finally, my favorite, this trilobite not only has the genal spines, an extra genal spine, some spines that look like horns coming off of its head, it also has these big rows of vertical spikes that line each of the three lobes of the trilobite's body. And you can imagine that this would have been a pretty advantageous defense for these little bugs that were scurrying around on the ocean floor here in Wisconsin. So hopefully this put you in a nice spring break mood to go swimming with some of the ancient creatures that would have lived here in Wisconsin.